Still no audio, I don't think. I don't know. I can't hear you.
Did you hear me now?
Now again, yep.
All right, all right. So when we talk about vinyl, that's what we're talking about.
Yep.
I believe that we need to bring back the 45s, man. Yo, the music just sounds different. Yo, it sound like the music had TOK. The music had, I mean TKO, not TOK. TKO. Yo, the music had body, yo. Like you could feel it. Um, yeah, you could feel it. And it was so like when we used to record on 2-inch tape in the studio, like 2-inch tape, when you're recording in the studio, 2-inch tape absorbs the energy in the room. So whatever's going on in the room, not only the music is being recorded, but the energy and the vibe in the room is also attacking the molecules on tape because it's magnetic, right? So it's
Yep.
just taking. So that's why sometimes you hear something that's like, "Yo, that bass line sounds wicked," or "That song sounds wicked," because they were just probably in the studio and it was a good vibe, and all of that just transferred to the 2-inch tape.
Yep.
And when you have that energy on the 2-inch tape, then it transferred to the record, which is more molecules and more plastic, and it's just more feeling. And man, I'm
90% of the DJs today wouldn't know what to do if it was mine.
they wouldn't know what to do. They'll be frisbees.
Yeah, because the aforementioned DJ we spoke about, Ambassador Junior. That's why I
Right.
inherited my first setup. I had Techniques 1200s, and he had a Gemini mixer, and the mixer was crazy. It was it was long, and had all the sound effects built into the mixer. So I had like a bomb, a siren, gunshots, everything was like built into the mixer with little buttons. That was my first setup, and that was courtesy of Ambassador Junior.
Yeah, it just it feels right for reggae. It feels right that reggae and hip hop should be played on vinyl. It just feels that that's where it should be. Like that's where it should be. It shouldn't be where it's at now, MP3s. And I get it. It's like when we were in the studio and you're in Rhode Island, I'm in Boston. We're about to do a combination on the What You Feel Like rhythm. But the studio's here. I would have to ship the 2-inch tape to you overnight. Then you have to get studio time, load the 2-inch tape, do your beat, FedEx it back to me overnight. And there's a lot of things that could happen. You could steal my beat. You could sample the beat that I have and then use it later. So there was a lot of things going on. Sometimes you didn't return it in time. But now with digital music, I send you the stems, you record, you send it back to me. We're just doing email and email. But the music doesn't have that feel like records do. And when Satellite, when Voyager was playing, I could hear like the and it just felt good, man. What do you think?
Yeah, man. And that sound is good, man. I remember going to Maca Mondays. I remember when I went to Jamaica the first time, I went by myself to Kingston, and I flew out of Boston, and I found some hotel in Boston that let you park the car and pay like $50, and you could keep the car the whole time you're away, and then just take the bus back to the hotel and pick up your car. And so I remember being there and going to Maca Mondays the night before I flew out. And yeah, that's a good sound, man, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, it's now I get it. I mean, a lot of you DJs don't even have your vinyl anymore. They don't have vinyl anymore.
I don't have like I have like maybe a few records that I have for like decoration. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Like, my Toyin record's so warped. I know it's not gonna play.
Yeah, so I mean, I still have all my vinyls in pristine condition because I was a terrible DJ. Nobody booked me. So
The thing is now though, there are artists that'll put out vinyl still. It's more of the roots and culture of artists though. Like I don't think you're gonna find a lot of 450 on vinyl. You know what I mean?
no, you ain't gonna find 450 on vinyl.
But you'll find Lila Ike, I bet, on vinyl. You
Yeah,
know,
look at this guy. This guy's getting his haircut.
that's wild.
Guy's getting his haircut. Roger Black's getting his haircut. I think this is Dazzle. I think that's his uncle.
Wow.
His uncle plays bass for Capleton, I believe.
So there was a lot of big shows in because Lila Ike was in Rhode Island on Thursday night.
Really?
Capleton here. I said, yeah, I didn't know until like the day before, and then my sister hit me up the next day and said she went to the show.
I mean, not a bad crowd for Capleton.
No,
it's a good show.
Like, artists like that, it's not like rare that they're going to be around. So it's like you don't know if they're gonna, people love them. It just depends what else is going on. You know what I mean? Like that could affect that show because someone's gonna know, like, well, I will see you next year. But that's what everyone used to say about Barris. And now, when was the last time Barris came around?
Right. Yeah, it was a really good vibe. It was a good vibe, man. Capleton was a really, really good vibe. It was a really good vibe.
Yeah, like I said, I've never seen him do a bad show. A lot of times it's the same show I see every time, but it's never bad. Like he's always got energy. It's always sounds good.
Yeah, I had fun.
Same with Anthony B. Like they're very similar as far as like, you're gonna get a good show when you go.
Yeah, Anthony B's coming here shortly.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Anthony B is here August 2nd.
That's a Sunday, I believe. Where's that gonna be?
You got to go to www.flyers.com.
Yep.
Hold on.
That same day at Kabaka Pyramid is going to be in Rhode Island that same night.
Really?
Yep.
So we go
the week after, August 9th, I believe, is Yellow Man in Rhode Island.
Here we go. Anthony B. Sunday. Yeah, there it is.
Big Night Live. That's a weird spot for Anthony B.
Right? But we have this that same day. Slip Inside Swimwear Edition.
We haven't set up our swimwear party yet, but soon we do a beachwear affair every summer. It's always a good party.
So how come I can't? See, this is why you got to test this website to make sure that everything, the Anthony B flyer doesn't expand. All the other stuff expands.
Weird. Let's see. DJ Kenny's coming.
Where do you see that at?
You just Champagne Splash. I believe I saw his picture on that.
Champagne Splash. Oh, this thing.
Yep.
Yeah. You going to this?
Probably not.
No, yeah, you're not a
guy. Yeah, I mean, I like some of their songs, but it's just I don't know if I can handle a whole show of soca. Like 10 minutes, I can deal with. Other than that, yeah,
you can't.
No. 10 minutes of soca, probably I can handle like 10 minutes of Afrobeat, and then that's my maximum. I want to hear reggae and dancehall. I could go to any. I could go to any kind of reggae and dance. Like if you send me to a party and they're gonna play like rock steady all night, I'm good with that. I can handle that.
Man, yeah, I just think I want them to bring back 45s. They need to bring back 45s. I don't think they can. Yeah, I kicked the power plug, Hazel. I'm sorry. My fault. I was about to go into this deep monologue. Oh, why did I kick the power? What did I do?
I think you were going to find a 2-inch tape.
Oh, yeah. So I was in the studio and an artist went to the booth, did a whack verse, and Ray was all like, yo, cut him out of the verse. So I had to find his verse, pull it off the reel, razor blade it, and then splice it together. And then I gave his verse to Ray. Ray took it and threw it on the ground.
Oh, shit.
Do you know what that feels like as an artist to see your verse being cut out as opposed to it being deleted?
That's
right?
Mentally disturbing.
That's mentally disturbing. Like now you do a whack verse, it just gets deleted. It just gets put in the thing. And that's why the music doesn't have a feel, because it's just time, right? It's just, we could just keep on recording because we have the hard drive space, and then we could delete it after, we could punch it in. Like back then, we were cutting people's verses out of songs, man.
That's what they mean by ending on the cutting room floor.
Imagine if you're a director, you're a director of photography, and the director goes, "Hey man, we got to get this shot. We only have 10 feet of film left," and you're like, "Shit," and that's it. We got to get this shot within 10 feet of film. You know, it's a lot different pressure than saying, "Hold on, let me exchange put in a new memory card," right? Like 10 feet of film. And you also got to understand too, the camera's got to get up to speed. So you did have 10 feet. By the time it spools over, you're probably at 8 feet.
Yeah.
So you just lost 2 feet of error, and you got to nail it in 8. It's just, you had to be perfect back then. And that's what I love about vinyl records. You had to be perfect, man. You had to be perfect. And it's like nowadays, you don't have to.
Yeah, because audio wise, like I remember being in the studio and like you could erase it, but you had that thing where we passed it through and you erased the whole tape. You know what I mean? There's no way to erase like a piece of the tape. You're either cutting it or you're erasing the whole tape when you pass it through that. It was like a magnetic machine. I remember you take it and rub it through. But that's it though. It's gone. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
gone.
Yeah.
And what was so cool about tape was, if tape was stored wrong, you would get like that bleed. So like a lot of Led Zeppelin stuff where it goes love and Days of Confused, they stored the tape wrong, and then they got bleed from the songs. Like the songs bled into each other. And that's how you got like that magical reverb. Like it was just
funny. I don't even know who that is.
Led Zeppelin? Oh man. I guess that's good. This is a reggae podcast.
No, but I mean, I know I've heard of the name.
Right.
I couldn't tell you a song, just because, like I told you, I was brought up with,
reggae music.
Only non-reggae stuff I know is I know a lot of 90s hip hop. And I know like working in the surf shop, there was one kid that used to play like Sex Pistols, so I knew some of their songs. Ooh. And that's like the extent of my knowledge. But if you want to talk about Dobby Dobson and stuff, I can talk about that.
We can talk about Dobby Dobson.
We'll talk about Delroy Wilson, who's one of my all-time favorite artists. We can talk about him all day.
Yo, I just think like even like the dub plate sessions, right, was done in the studio. Now the dub plates are just done mobily on the go.
And hope you get a video.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's the whole situation's gotten.
I think someone told me that there's artists that still hang at like Don Juan, and you can go and get dubs there. I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think that was kind of a whole experience. Like you go, you get the artist record the dub, and then you see the record getting pressed and stuff like that.
That was amazing. Like the biggest thing that ever happened to me was 56 Slipe Road. If you don't know what 56 Slipe Road is, that is Penthouse. And what's cool about Penthouse is when you're standing on the street on Slipe Road and you look across, you see this ginormous red gate, and above the red gate, you just see the Penthouse. And just going in that studio and just like, man, this is where Beanie records, this is where Silvercat is, Tata Metro Devante, Buju Banton, Wayne Wonder, like the big dogs. And you're in the studio and you're and everything is now it's, man, just send the rhythm over. I got my little portable Mac. And I think that energy's being lost. And the music felt so different when Satellite was playing. Like the vibe was just different. And what was crazy is people were just listening because it sounded weird. Like it was an audible difference between record and MP3. And when the MP3s came on, it sounded kind of distorted. You know what I mean? Like it didn't, because there's no forgiveness with digital. Digital's either hot, on or off, right? With tape, you could boost it a little bit and push that dynamic range on tape and on record, but you really can't do that. If it's distorted, it's distorted, right? That's why we have bits. The more bits, the smoother the curve, right? Like this is 10-bit. 8-bit is like this, 24-bit's like this, 32-bit is like that, but still, tape is like that. Nice, big, smooth, round thing. And yeah, I want 45s back, but I know that ain't gonna happen. Wishful thinking ain't gonna happen.
Vinyl definitely has been making a comeback, but it's more so in the realm of personal listening experience than
yeah. Oh man, Teddy, tired.
It's late. Last 2 weeks been going, but it's just been flowing. Like last week, man, I think we went to like 12.
We went to like 12, maybe because the other guys are not here.
Reem had, so they weren't there last week either, but Reem had so much that he had.
Yeah, Reem had so much to say. We should have got Chromatic on.
Yeah, we should have. You know what happened was at the end of the night, Paul and JR were going over, like talking about like some parties in Jamaica, and Paul maybe going out there and stuff. And like, I didn't even get a chance to talk to him that much, just kind of to say, what's up and everything.
Yeah, what's up?
I should have asked him beforehand when I was talking to him, the earlier, but I didn't even,
right.
I had too much Ray Nephew in my system, so. Ray is the way. Ray is the way.
Guaranteed full strength.
Guaranteed
full strength. What's going on, Teddy? They do need to sponsor you. What's going on this weekend, Teddy? Talk to us.
Everyone free till 11, $10 after. Paul Michael, Island Saturdays, 171 Chestnut Street, Providence, Rhode Island. You're not going to find a better deal than that anywhere, I don't think. Yeah. $8 Ray Nephew shots, $8 Ray Nephew drinks. I think they do $10 Henny. The prices are great. It's a good vibe. We've been doing it since 2013, so we must be doing something right.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. What am I doing this weekend? I'm probably doing. Am I doing the Chromatic again? Chromatic and Polish. When's Chromatic and Polish?
That ends early. Check this out. Anyone's listening. Anyone that goes to that wants to come to Island Saturdays, you hit me up and I'll put you on the list to come through. Because that ends at 11, I believe.
Yeah, ends at 11. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit
Sniper's
that.
Cool, man. Big up Sniper. I think it's his birthday, so big up.
Yeah. That's a good little thing. After party after this in Rhode Island. I should try and see if I could squeeze Polish to take a ride with me to Rhode Island.
Polish go way back, man. I tell him, I said, "What up?"
That's my cousin.
No way. I used to do when he had Tuesday nights, Seafood Tuesdays. I did probably a flyer every week for him for that. I used to do his flyers for him.
Yeah.
We used to have in Rhode Island a lot, but it's just hard to. He's pretty popular. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so yeah, we have a different style, but nah, we Polish is cool, man. Good peoples.
Good peoples, good peoples. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna hit this from a 4 to 11. 4 to 11, hit this, and then I'll drop in at Island
Yeah,
Saturdays, man. Come hang out with you.
you know you're Cop Blanche VIP every day, all day.
That's
All
what we'll
right.
do. We'll come hang out Island Saturdays, take a couple pics there, because I need the momentum. Got to keep the site going. Got to add content on the site. So that's it. And then anybody that's at this show,
Yeah, just hit me up, show me your ticket or whatever, and I'll put you on the list.
all right. The Return of Dancehall Madness. We're gonna be at that 4 to 11, and then after party in
I take
Island
some heat from
Saturdays.
Paul because I didn't clear with him, but that's all right. I'll take the heat.
Yeah, take the heat from Paul Michael. Paul Michael's a corporate guy. Corporate guy. All right, Teddy. See you Saturday night.